Good morning, guys. It is Pila here. Let's just pay attention to what is happening to the euro versus the dollar. Let's pay attention to what happened to the euro versus the US dollar. We'll just check almost everything from a higher time frame now. I'm on 3 months right now. This is what I get. Let's check below. This is what we get. The market went up, and then if we verify on our left hand side to check what was happening, we can see that the market was just breaking the trend line and then it came back to test them. Let's check again what happened here. Same thing. Can you see that? They did the same thing. You use a horizontal line, you'll get a break of structure. Can you see that same thing here? You use your horizontal line, you'll get a break of structure. Can you see that? Now, what is it you have to do? You have to move to smaller time frame then. You have to move to smaller time frame and check what actually happened here. Remember, the market is coming from our major resistance. It is heading to our major support, and then the market will continue to the upside. So now, let me remove this one again. Let me remove this one. Whatever you do, just take your time and check what is the market presenting to you. So I'll go to monthly time frame. To see what is happening on monthly time frame. This is monthly time frame. You can see up there, you had your resistance and then you had your support here. The market came down to this level, and if you check here, what is the possible reason for the market to turn here? Based on your left hand side, there's nothing, but if you look closer, you add your trend line like this, it might be the reason for the market to turn there. Okay, fine. What else do you see? Moving to the current price, there's a trend line that was broken. How does the trend line looks like? It looks like this first time. Second time, this is monthly time frame now. And then first time, second time. This is what I always say when I talk about trend lines, that whenever the market will break your trend line, do not worry, because of the market will come back and test the trend line to show that, okay, we have changed the direction. This is where we are headed right now. So now you also look at this uptrend. What do you have? You have nothing. And then you check this downtrend. What is it you have? The broken trend line. Now you know very well that we cannot just jump in blindly here. We need to go down with the time frame to see what is it that we have that is also adding on what we just got on monthly time frame. So now we're going to move to weekly time frame. On weekly time frame, we must get something that is corresponding with monthly time frame. This is our weekly time frame. On weekly time frame, what is it you get? The trend line. It looks like this. First time, second time, third time. Can you see that the market went up? Those who want to know how to trade trend lines, this is how you use your trend lines. You can check my previous video on how to trade using trend lines. So now here, this is where the trend line was broken, and then they left a what? A continuation pattern. So now what do you have here? You have two confluence, a support, a trend line that was broken and a continuation pattern. Both of them, they are corresponding with the same direction. Can you see that? Now you have a continuation pattern. Traders who are trading continuation pattern, they are going to step in and do what? And push the market down. Traders who are trading broken trend lines, they are going to step in and look for sell opportunities. Both of them, they are pushing the market way down. Can you see that? This is weekly time frame. Now, remember again, pay attention to the actual trend. Now we're gonna pay attention to this uptrend. If you check from here, there was no reason on the previous time frames that caused the market to turn there, right? Now you can see that you had a break of structure. Now that is why the market gave us the uptrend. Let's verify that. Here is the resistance. Always remember, whenever you are trading support and resistance, once your support is broken, it becomes a resistance. Once your resistance is broken, it becomes your support. So that is what happened here. This is your flip area. So now, if you look closer, you note, oh, okay, fine. Here we had our support. The market went up. Here you have your resistance. This resistance will be more visible on a daily time frame. This one will be more visible on daily time frame. So what we're going to do, we will move down to daily time frame and see what is actually happening there. Right now we are on daily time frame. On daily time frame, you have two things. You have this Molanyana continuation pattern, but this one, we're not gonna pay attention to this one. That is why I always say, whatever you do, start from higher time frame. Imagine if you're paying attention to this continuation pattern on daily time frame. You can see what happened. Excuse me, on a higher time frame, this is your continuation pattern. On smaller time frame, this is your continuation pattern. What happened to the right hand side? They did not respect a small continuation pattern. They continued to push the market up. Why is that? It is because of the higher time frame has more control over the smaller time frames. So here, you know that, okay, fine. Now, I'm on daily time frame. What is it I see? A break of structure here. Here, there's a resistance that was broken, supposed to be tested again. You can also add the trend line. Right now, I'm talking to those who are trading trend lines only in the market. Now, if you're out there, you're trading trend lines only in the market, you need to have your first time like this one, right? You have your first time like this one, you wait. Your second time like this one, you wait for the market to come back and test your trend line, then that's when you're gonna get your entry. You check here. If you do have a trend line, you do the same thing. That is what will make you profitable in the market. So here you have first time, you have second time, because if you look closer here, you do have a small trend line, but it doesn't look good. Let's verify that. Let's verify that. Can you see that? Here is your first time, here is your second time, the third touch, they did not test it. So that's why I'm gonna say first time here, second time up there. What is our expectation? The market coming down. Wait, I'm a corporation. Sorry. Now you know that, okay, here you had a resistant, it was broken. So the higher the chance that they're gonna respect this level, because of we have a break of structure in a trend line. Traders who are trading support and resistance, they're gonna step in there. Traders who are trading trend line, they're gonna step in there as well. So that now we see what is actually happening from this time frame. So what we're going to do, we will move down with the time frame and check roughly from 4 hour going down and see what is it we get there. And then after that, we will just check where we're going to place our stop losses. Let's move to 4 hour. Let's move to 4 hour. This is 4 hour time frame. On 4 hour time frame, what is it we have here? We have a break of structure. No, 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 no. What are you going to do here? We have two things. At your trend line like this and wait. Let's do like this. Here's your first time. Here's your second time. Here's your third time. And then you have a continuation pattern here. This continuation pattern might not work because of it will be opposing the direction of the market. You must not pay attention to this one right now. And then add another trend line from here, pushing it up. You can see what happened. Here is your first time. Here is your second time. You look forward here, buy opportunity on the third touch. You see the market continue with the upside. That's why you have this continuation pattern, and then the market went up. So now continuation pattern, and then a trend line. So if you look at this current trend line, where the current price is, the market came back to test this continuation pattern, and then it will continue to push up to that trend line. So what is it you're going to be expecting here? As soon as the market break the trend line, somewhere here, oh flip. As soon as the market break the trend line, you know that, okay, fine, now we have a downtrend, a fully confirmed downtrend. They will break, somewhere they'll come back and test, and then they continue to the downside. Now, this is where the trick is. This is where the trick is. Once they break this level, if they don't go higher a little bit, your structure going to look like this. If it comes down roughly and break the previous structure, it will come back up and test whatever they left here, and then they continue to the downside. They continue to the downside. This is what you're going to see. Now just wait and hold and see what is happening. If the market breaks the trend line, you know what we are looking for here. Once the market breaks the trend line, you know what you're going to be looking for. If the market goes a little bit high, you move again to your left-hand side. I'll show you what is it you have on your left-hand side. They're also familiar with this, or let me not say familiar. That is what they do most of the time. So whenever you think of taking this trade here, you must be careful. Reason being, on your left-hand side, you have a resistant there. Can you see the resistant? So what they can do right now, many people might step in here and place their stop loss below. They can push the market up to that level and then come down. Once they do that, those who jump in here, where are they gonna be? They'll take losses, and then the market continue to their direction. This is possible for them to do. This is possible for them to do. So what you can do here, this is for our time frame. Just observe and see what is actually happening here, or what are they going to do here. Once they break the trend line, you know that now you're looking for the test of the trend line. You step in if you're trading trend lines, and then if you're using breakout structures, that's what you're going to do to get in the trade and continue to the downside. If they break this trend line, they'll come back and test it, and then they'll push up to that resistance up there. You can see it's very much fresh. This is the resistance we had, very much fresh. It was not tested for the second time, so they can push up to that resistance, and then they come down. So now, if you find yourself in this situation, what to do? Let me erase. You find yourself in this situation, what to do? Move to smaller time frame just to check what is actually happening. We're gonna come back and look for how we and check how we're gonna place our stop losses. Let's go to 3 hour. Sorry, on 3 hour, this is what we have. On 3 hour, this is what we have. Now, if you are trading using the market structure, you'll just see here higher, higher, right? The market is now struggling to make higher highs. Can you see that? That's a sign of what? Weakness, and a sign of the market change in structure. So this is what you might expect. Once they break this, this level, you must know that now the market is coming down. And if they break this level, they'll push the market down to this continuation pattern on 3-hour time frame, and then they'll go back up. You know very well people will start jumping in here expecting the market to just move down. They'll push back up. It will depend on what is it we got here. They'll push back up and then they continue to the downside. This is how they will keep on moving up until they reach this level. You see here you have more confirmation. Here is your resistance. Even if I were to adjust it, resistance, it was broken. Here is your continuation pattern. The higher the chance that they can respect this one on and also push it down a little bit to the trend line and then they reverse. These are the things that you need to expect on Euro USD. And then in case they go up, don't freak out. Don't freak out in case they go up. It's possible they can go up to take all the people who just step in there and go to the resistance. So just observe and see what they do. Take your trade once they break this level. Once they break this level, look for your entry. They will come down to this level, they'll go up, take your entry and go down with the market. Again, let's move and see what is it we have here. This trend line is already. It looks like it was tested, or else it was not. Okay, the same thing that happened on 4-hour time frame is what you see on this time frame as well. Here is your trend line that I'm expecting the market to break. Can you see that? Once they break, they might even come down to this level and then they'll go up to test the trend line that was broken. That's a signal again for us to step in the market. And then now, if they respect this support, this is support, and then they go up to test what? The trend line. They come and break their support and create a new support on the continuation pattern. Now they have a roof here. Once the support is broken, it becomes a resistance. That's a setup to sell again for those who are trading support and resistance. The market continue to the downside. Continue to the downside. Can you see that? The market continue to the downside. This is what we must expect. Let's check on smaller time frames such as 2 hours and see what we're going to get on 2-hour time frame. On 2-hour time frame, we still see the same thing. We still see the same thing. And you can see that here, the market is struggling to create higher highs. Can you see that the market tried, it failed? It tried, it failed again. And then the market will reach the trend line. We will just see the market is failing to go to the upside. That means buyers are not stepping in here. So let us observe and see. We're not going to jump in and take trades. Instead, we'll just observe and see what are they going to do. Can you see that? Let's move to roughly 1 hour. I'll just make a short video about the Euro USD. So right now, you can see we are on 1 hour. Here's your first time, your second time. This is where we're supposed to get the touch, right? Let me adjust this one. Here we go. All right. This is where I'm expecting to have the breakout. Something similar to this one. And then a flip. This is where our support actually is. I said this one before. Whenever you are trading support and resistance, look for the touches 1, 2, third touch. Look at what the market did. It penetrated the support. That means the higher the chance that they're going to break this level when they come back. They'll break and come down to the continuation pattern, and then they go back up to test the trend. The support that was broken. And then they continue to the downside. This is something that you need to look for. Now, what I want you to do, I want you to go back to higher time frame. I won't go to 30 minutes. I'll go back roughly to daily. I'll go back to daily. If I go back to daily, I remove everything here. You look for your entry must look like this. After they have broken what? The trend line. Your entry will look something like this. After they have broken the trend line that I was talking about, give the market a space to breathe, and then this is where you're going to place your take profit. Then you are out. On your left hand side, yeah, the resistance that was broken as well. They will just test. It will depend on what is it we have on the downtrend. Remember, I said you pay attention to your left hand side and the current trend. So our left hand side right now, it's gonna be this uptrend. We're going to use this uptrend as the market is going up, right? I'm sorry, as the market is coming down, we'll pay attention to this one. So whatever they're going to leave on the current price, we will use it based on our left-hand side. So here, let's say for an example, they leave a continuation pattern here. Now you know that here you had a support that was broken. I'm sorry, a resistance that was broken, supposed to become a what? A support. We're gonna see a bounce. The market will go up a little bit. It will break and come down to what? To test this level. This is what we must look for, guys. Let's come back and see what's gonna happen later on. Do not forget to like and subscribe, guys.